Hello everybody, this is Cat Games, and welcome back to Crossout. Before I start this video, I first want to thank my contact at Gaijin, that gave me the item, that is giving me the items that I request on the dev account, which is Dennis Wierzbowski. Um, Thanks, man. I hope you see this because without you, I wouldn't have all these things to like show off. So today, we're gonna check out all the customization kits of all weapons. And I prepared this 16 energy little like show off platform where I will just simply just place the guns right here, and I'm just gonna go on off after over all all weapons in the game and their current versions. So we first got a Hornet, which has no version, and it looks like this. Pretty simple, of course. Basic machine gun, nothing too fancy. Next up are shorts. We got three short versions. We got the Blitzkrieg variant, the Shark variant, and the normal variant, of course. So the difference is the Blitzkrieg is a common version, and the Shark is a rare version. Because of that, the Shark is extremely expensive compared to the original gun. So it's like 100 times the price of the original gun. So personally, I think it's not worth it to get any of these because they're so expensive compared to the actual gun. But this one only gives itself a paint, like this really fancy paint job. And I actually think they are paintable, if I'm not mistaken. Like I say, as you can see, like they only change part of the we change one. So like it's instead of like changing the entire weapon, like only the base of that, it also changes the like rotational axis, which is like slightly different to this one, and also like parts of the barrel. And for the shark, yeah, you get this different barrel. It also got this different rotation axis. And these also have a different ammo pack compared to that one. Um, and this one also has a paintable barrel as well. Next up are the Vector and the Direwolf Vector. Also, I might like forget the names of some of these, so if that happens, sorry about that. Direwolf Vector is, I think it's a rare. Let's check for one moment. Where is it? So yeah, I actually got. Oh, here it is. It's common actually. So that makes it not that expensive. So back to weapons. So we've got a Direwolf. It actually is really good for a common customization kit comparison. You get this different handle. You get this add-on plate on the ammo pack on the both front and rear. You got these tooth up top. You got this like dragon fang style thing right there, which it doesn't have on that one. Again, these things are simply paintable, so I will show it off in a few paints. So like white version, only change the like this section where it was otherwise was sand, and this actually changed the barrel and like the front section and parts of the like gun and the ammo belt as well. So like the customization kits also give like more things to like paint, so you can like make it more obvious for it to be painted. Like you can see, this one only changed like the main barrel section, and this one actually changed much more. Also, this thing also gets a like slightly longer barrel, but that doesn't. It's only looks, so it doesn't affect actually the gun itself. So back to weapons. Next up, are the Coxes, which it doesn't have any special customization kit, but I'm just gonna show it off for a moment. Big blob gun, nothing too fancy. But next up are Spectres, with two rare customization kits. Actually, now I realize you can see like at the background to see what the kind of customization kit or rarity it is. But this is the Bloodsucker, and this one, wait, I gotta check that one for the name. Is the demon one. So, personally, the demon one is much cooler looking than the Bloodsucker. And because of changes, the Bloodsucker doesn't do much, only adds this top section. And these like small reels around here. And this different like wheel section right here. The different cooler sections underneath. And like some paint stuff as well. And in comparison to like the demon one, it gets these tooth looking parts as well. This shield on the side of like thingy on the sides of the things. guns also get this little pointed like different base. It's also like wide, it's a little bit wider and lower in comparison, and as well as like different cooling system. They're like right there, like this instead of like going downwards or like horizontal. Uh, yeah, this one is very different, but and also the guns are in comparison like made shorter. It's really much shorter. Like looking, it actually looks tiny compared to the actual machine gun itself, like in terms of barrel length. But yeah, as always, these things are paintable, so I'll be using like white paint again to like give you a look. It actually becomes really cool when painted white. This one actually has much less paint than that one. It's like much less painted. I would wish that they made the bloodsucker like common instead of rare, because currently it's pretty damn like crazy price because it's a rare. Well, it's not that great. But yeah, on to the next weapon. We got the defender. So defender, I don't know these names at all. So we got armadillo and boom barrage, both common. This armadillo is boom barrage. The armadillo only adds like paint job and these two little plates and these little spikes right here. And they also actually also changed like the barrel and adds like this little thing right here that this thing doesn't have. And of course also like change the top a little bit and the rear as well. It has a different like vertical thing, like horizontal aiming thing, and the ammo box is also slightly different. This ammo box is the same, however, and this one actually shares the same rotation thing like that one. Also, this one actually has like you can see like the ammo, the ammo thing like here is different as well. But yeah, this one adds the Sawtooth top bottom and makes it like an MG42 style more or less thing. And the Sawtooth actually doesn't go all the way up, but oh well. Back to paints. Show it off with white paint again. So this one gets that pretty cool pattern, and it will really fit well with like the closed beta stuff. So like the Aboriginal paint, stuff like that. It will really fit well with that. And next up are our Equalizers. And we also got 3 of those. Got a common vacuum and a rare what is that one called? Sorry guys. Hunter. And the Hunter, damn, that actually looks so cool. That ammunition stashed. Uh it's just a rare, but it looks like an epic grade customization kit because like it's so cool. Like a shredder parts in front. Uh, the bikes are like right here. It also has a different main like section right here. There's a different rotational axis with like spikes on there. Spikes in the rear of the gun. I actually want to just test this one actually really quickly. If it actually starts spinning, the rear ones do not start to spin, but the front does spin. Okay. And the same with this one. Actually, this one has like this rotary cylinder. It also rotates when firing, and also it looks a little bit like a vacuum cleaner. But like it sucks in the bullets. You can see like the bullets are right here and like stashed. And also there's like this little pins right here, and right there that are added. So like some minor changes on this one. Compare and like there's a bar added right here. Stuff like that. There's like only minor stuff added compared to this really cool one. This one also has like feathers right here, similar to like the red bird thing, and it just looks so cool. I get stressed enough how cool it is. They like added customization kits for these weapons. So like the bullets stay red. As you can see, like the bullets stay unchanged on this one. I'm like highlighting currently only kind of highlight the most like cool one, the high tier one. This one is like less notable. It's a common one, so but you do have to watch out that if you apply a customization kit on a weapon, you cannot like trade it anymore. And I'm actually not sure. Actually let's test it right now. If I got this thing, the storage customization kit, if I can change a already applied customization kit. So as you can see here, you cannot apply a different customization skin. So if you applied the vacuum cleaner, you can no longer apply the hunter on there. So you will be stuck with a vacuum cleaner equalizer forever. Like you cannot get rid of it. You can only like scrap it. And I don't think anyone would scrap that weapon. So yeah, next up are the Reapers. The most expensive customization, one of the most expensive customization kits right here. With parameters. Wait, I gotta go right here then for that. Probably one of the most expensive customization kits right now. It's 6.6 thousand. It is really expensive, like crazy expensive. But it looks so goddamn sweet. Like that you got that giant mask on top of it. You got these spikes or dairy stuff. You got different ammo parts. You got this really different ammo box, which is actually a little bit more compact and less obnoxious than the big ammo storage drum in the Reaper itself. Different, the actuator and the back is different. The rotation part right here, the horizontal rotation engine. Vertical guiders unit is also different. Also have this like these wings mounted on there. Doesn't have that one. Doesn't have that. And like the back spine. Actually, these are not no longer normal barrels, but these are like torsion bars or like one of the like like concrete like reinforcement bars. Got this spike thing right here that connects up, and then like yeah, set the really big blades at the front, and I think those rotate as well. Yeah, those actually rotate, which is really cool. Wow, this is actually really cool propulsion. Nice. But yeah, it's still a standard Reaper. Actually, instead of these bars right here, they only have like these three bars right here, and this bar connecting right to the center. And they got like these feet or blades, whatever, on there. And also like the base is also slightly different, as you can see. Got these little foot instead of like these pads. And it just looks absolutely amazing. But it's also like Japanese or Chinese. I'm not sure like which one of those. But I think those are like either Chinese or Japanese characters. I bet Chinese. I'm pretty sure it's Chinese because they were like Chinese markers also like on the extended ammo pack before they changed it to the current ammo packs, stuff like that. But yeah, on to the next weapon, Lupara. No changes. Just gonna show it off really quickly as well. Really simple weapon. Goblin, also no customization kit, but it does look pretty awesome. It almost looks like it is a customization kit on its own. I mean, like this giant like muzzle brake on this giant shotgun, and it looks pretty beast overall. And then we got the Sledgehammer Shotgun and the Sledgehammer Snow Leopard. This one I do recall. It's just a rare, but it looks so cool. It's like silver fan, like tooth. You got this Snow Leopard icon on the sides. You got this twin like blades and stuff like this concrete bar, different feet as well. These spikes are right here on the sides. It actually has shotgun shells chilling in the back right there, which is a really awesome detail. And the actual like the ammo thing is also slightly different. Um, it yeah, it's just a really cool weapon, and it is relatively cheap to get. Um, it is, as I said, it's just a rare trade. It's like okay, it's 300, but that's still expensive. But I mean, it's just a rare. It's not that hard to like get these things. For example, this one trade, it's like just over 300. This one trade 150. This one relatively cheap. This one trade. I mean, you're gonna look at okay. This one is expensive because it's relatively new. Screamer is a good one. Otherwise, like they will get pretty cheap pretty soon because these parts are relatively new to the game. So yeah. Actually, I forgot to paint these ones. And I actually forgot to paint the Reapers as well. So actually, let's get back to the Reapers first. And give them like the paint job. Because they deserve the paint job. They get the paint job highlight. So this one just changed like the front barrel and just the overall like sand parts. And this one actually changed like very little things. It only changed like the red stuff. Which is actually really sad. And also what's really awesome, these lights in the head. But yeah, you can like Let's make it silver. You can make it gold. And make it harvest color. And I mean, this thing is one of the ultimate things you have if it comes to like the Halloween thing. I mean, it is a demon mask with a mini gun coming out of his mouth. You can make it flame pattern, will-o-wisp pattern. That's cool. Danger pattern doesn't do much actually. Oh. Checkers, just like for funs. This one's also pretty cool, but yeah, pretty awesome weapon. And now back to the sledgehammers, and give that one a paint job as well. Oh, there we go. Just kind of covered with white, so yeah. This is the normal paint job, only changes like the main parts. This one also only changes like the metal parts, but it makes it the main focal point. Like this thing really stand out as long as you make it like really light. Like for example, silver, gold, for example, and as long as you do not paint it in a dark color, like for example carbon, it's really gonna stand out and it's really cool. Okay, on to the next weapon. Next weapon is the Spitfire, has no change version, it's just this version. And next up is the Thunderbolt with the rare customization kit Screamer. Screamer adds these new like muzzle brakes on the guns, these saw blades up top, this concrete bar rotating around, and it makes the shotguns actually like they're connected together like this now. And instead of like chilling one like this and one like this, like more obnoxious. It's like more OCD friendly in my opinion. Even though like this one is going up top and this one is from the bottom. It's in my opinion it's more up like more friendly for like the OCD people that really hate this thing because it's really like not symmetrical. But it also gets this rear like different rear armor parts, different sections and everything. Although I would still say like for the actual things you're getting here, I don't think it's just under rare. In my opinion, it could be better. Now grab some paints, grab white as usual. So the only paints the basic stuff as always. You do not get the barrel painted. But this one also get the big like muzzle brakes and like the more of these overall sides painted. It still doesn't get the barrel painted, however, which is kind of sad. Okay, on to the next weapon, Hammerfall. Hammerfall is no change, so just like go over it really quickly. And next up is the Rapier. The Rapier has three versions. I know the Red Bird is this one. This one I have to like look up really quickly. The central version is the it's one of the comments, the Sling. Okay, let's grab paint really quickly and go over it again. So this is standard version, nothing fancy. The Sling gets some like bars going over it. Little bit of a paint job. Also get this rear piece connected. The main change is actually the mount. The mount is different, but that's about it, to be honest. Actually, the gun is actually slightly more forward face, so it's also slightly longer barrel than the original version. And if you paint it, this is a pretty bad paint job. You kind of like solidly paint it, which is sad. And then we got the red bird. So we got this like bird on the side. We got this slip tongue. Instead of the like the normal plate right here. Also, this one does not have the plate underneath there. So it gets it like some kind of tongue, in my opinion. And a bird. Different a vertical motor thingy. Different mounting spot as well with different these little claws. Got these wing or feather parts right there as well. And it gets a different ammo pack. And it also has like very little things that actually get painted. Also got this like different barrel with the really nice like blades in the front. But yeah, it only gets very little paint, like just the feathers and the ammo pack, which is kind of sad. I wish they like also added the like bird face as part of the paint. But oh well, you cannot have everything. Next up is the Whirlwind, one of the least used weapons in the game currently, with the Whirlwind Phoenix modification. Let's place this one a little closer. And actually, it also has these glowing eyes, which are really cool. It has this really, really cool barrel. I mean, how can you say no to such a cool barrel compared to like the simple barrel of the normal gun? Although there's this different spear, this spear kind of like instead of like his like actually I think that's like a recoil absorber. So yeah, the face in front, the plates, and like feather stuff in the back. It also has like different way to like store the ammo. And the entire mounting is very different as well. And also has instead of like these normal solid armor pieces, it has these separate parts. Then like this bottom section is also different, and then like separate just two vertical mountings that are like more solid inside of the gun than it is right here. And also it's almost like those are kind of like feet. If you look at it from the side, like feet and then the legs and then like just the main body. Grab some paint. There we go. White paint is always this one. It does everything pretty much except the barrel. This one does the same pretty much in terms of paint. Also, this one has a different like aiming drive system right here. And overall, it's just a really cool one. But it is epic, so it's really expensive, and because it's simply rare, to like you do not get it often. Spike unchanged. It's just a medieval crossbow, to be honest. Nothing too fancy. Then Aurora is also unchanged. Currently, none of the, as far as I know, none of the weapons of the like special factions, so like all the Dawn Children and Steppenwolf parts do not have any customization kits, which is kind of a sad thing. So yeah, quickly going over this thing. This thing is now paintable because a while back when it was just added, it was bugged and it didn't get like any paint jobs. Are one of the cooler looking guns in the game currently without taking the customization kits into account, in my opinion, of course. Synthesis, the metal mesh burst gun, and of course the spark. Really simple weapon. Looks pretty cool. So next up is the Adventure 57mm and the Guardsman, I think it is. Guardsman, yeah. Okay. So basically it's the it's the smaller version of the Cannoneer. Those are basically the same customization kit. They just made it with turret and non-turreted. And they basically got this like Chinese curly armor plating, and these little bit of teeth on top. It's because it's a common. It's not that expensive. I mean, trade it is 68 coins. I mean, for a common, you will probably not pay 68 coins to make it custom. But this thing is currently almost just 200, and it will probably drop in price soon, or like 100, maybe lower. Just like the Guardsman, because the Cannoneer is much newer than the Guardsman. And for a rare, that's not too bad. Again, these things are all looks only. So if you like people that paid a lot of money will probably have the customization kits, not the people that actually grind. They will probably like never use these because they're really expensive. They also all the other things that changed actually are the overall cannon is faced further backwards, and the actual like gun system itself is slightly different, and also has a different ammo pack right there. And the under section is also slightly different. It is a really cool customization kit, but just because it's for common and it's so expensive, I want to do it. But this thing definitely deserves to be a rare customization kit because of how cool it looks. And yeah, that said, let's get on to the judge. The judge actually has 3 customization kits. I mean, sorry, 2. So I need to make some room for it. First, it's a common Sawtooth and a rare. Um, this one actually I forgot the name. So where are you guys? So I have to check it up again. It is the officer, and as said, this one is the fine tooth. So basically, the fine tooth only adds a small amount of things. They only get like these teeth, uh, like paint job, these bars, and that's about it on this gun. Like the change, it's just a comment. It doesn't change much. Well, with the officer, it actually becomes really cool. You got this dragon up front with teeth that are made of small rifle bullets, which is a really cool change. But I don't really think it would fit on a 76mm. Kind of do have like a rifle rounds on there. Oh well. So we got this different shield because instead of it's like rounded, it's literally just like edged. And also is like it doesn't start like exactly like straight. It's also like slightly folded. Also add these like spikes, bikes, and feet parts. It's a different cannon system, and the ammo is also placed a different place. The barrels is slightly longer. Also add these like top sections, these three like plates right here, like kind of like feathers, and it's overall really cool. Like kit, and but it's still expensive because it's a relatively new one. No, actually, let's paint them really quickly because I want to check one thing: if the paint job still keeps the fine tooth. Yeah, the fine tooth, like the teeth, they stay there. It only paints the gun. And the same with this one. This one actually doesn't actually paint the shields. This one paints slightly like changes the shield, like the top and like the details of it. And that's really cool. And also changes like the barrel. Well, this one does not change the barrel, so it's a really cool thing. Okay, on to the next gun, the 88 Executioner, and it's epic customization kit, which is called. Yeah, I don't know all of them. I've met the General. General is a really cool one. It gets another dragon at the front with proper teeth. It has a golden barrel, and it doesn't actually have like the actual muzzle brake, and also has like shotgun slugs on the sides. It's just a really cool thing to have like these wings, all these patterns. Uh, it actually uses the concrete bars that the customization kits seem to really dig. Different ammo mission crate right here. Different recoil absorbers. The breach is also different. Like the breach section itself is different. The gun actually is like longer as well. Like the front is like I'm pretty sure about the same length, but the breach itself actually is much further back. And they actually probably have like slightly different firing animations as well. So let's try it out. So yeah, like they're slightly different, and it's really cool. There's this one also had these like bars right here, like kind of like a scale armor on the barrel itself. But let's give it a paint job. So this one actually isn't that great of a paint job. Like it's still like black all over the place. Same with like if you would paint it gold. But in return, it's a really cool thing out of itself. Like you don't really have to give it a paint to look cool. Although I want to see this. Oh, that's actually pretty fancy. Other paint job that I would probably like on there. Steel plate. Doesn't do much. Flame. Oh wow, that's actually really cool to put flame on there. Because it actually accentuates the red and actually makes the gold stand out even more. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Tsunami, no change. And I think I have the audio a bit too loud in the game right now. I hope it's right for you guys, but so yeah, Tsunami, no change. Mandrake, no change, just a standard gun. It does have this really cool muzzle brake though. Oh, getting off topic there. Here we go. We got the. This is actually the one gun that I only have to like show off the initial version first, and before showing off the like other ones because it's 6 energy and I only have 16 and not like 18. So this is the main gun. So here we got the Guardsmen. So it's the exact same as the other one, but on a turret. And so I'm gonna remove it so I can compare the other one, which is the fine tooth version as well. So it's the same teeth as the original, as the like judge version, and it doesn't actually change much. It only has like add these spikes at the bottom section, and it actually adds these 2 plates right here because the original version does not have that. So let's grab the Guardsman version, the Cannoneer. Actually, is it called? And let's give it a paint job. Oh, this one actually doesn't change the barrel, doesn't change the feet. This one only changed. Oh, that actually looks really interesting. Like to change those things. And this one actually changed the shield because of the original version, you do not change the shield looks. It always keeps the same like gray with those like danger pattern stuff. on the original version. But this one also like you need to combine it with a certain paint. Like let's say for example grid, rust. You do not want to do it. Okay, flame maybe or desert, or for example you cannot really combine it with, or with something like willow wisps. It won't really look good in my opinion. This one looks better then. And also these ones are common, epic, rare. So that's it. Let's go on for the Fat Man. Oh, that's a different one. Here it is. This one is called. This one is the first one I have to check up again. It's the Dragon. And Dragon, just wow, the amount of detail that's gone into this like arm. These are actually like track links. These are legitimately like track links of like tank tracks bound together to form the armor of the gun. And instead of like these two cheek parts right here, there's these two masks, which also features rifle rounds underneath it. And also have the rifle rounds in the front of the like dragon face. Okay, there we go. Has also these different parts too right here. Gun breech is also very different. Looks and it overall looks really awesome. And I actually want to change this, like try out this one with paint as well. So this is the normal one. It literally just paints it everything except like the muzzle brake part, front part. And this one does pretty much the same, but it just has more detail because the black background on top of the tracks doesn't change. So this gun becomes really awesome like that. So I could say dark red. Dark red is not really a good one. Probably silver, like something silver or gold. Or just simply white will probably fit best with the gun. And now another legendary, which is the Mammoth. The Mammoth, they didn't like really sum it up, but in the last update they added the legendary Mammoth customization kit, the Emperor. So that it's a really cool customization kit. It's another one with Dragon and Chinese focused thing. And wow, it already is like tonnage limit right now over the pack tonnage. Over 10,000 kilograms. Because these things are like 2600 kilograms per thing. It's a little bit more blocky, like it's more edged. Boy, Sniper Alley, you don't need to do that, man, but thank you. So yeah, this one has round edge, this one has the straight edge. That's these victory wings on the sides. That's the same dragon head as the general composition kit. Has these really cool like almost like those like the top of like castle you would have, like something like this, like up down up down up down like a castle wall. Different breach. It's actually shorter, and the barrel actually stands out further. So actually wait, I need to place it like this for comparison. So yeah, the barrel is a little bit like further forward comparison. So it looks like it has a slightly longer barrel because I actually don't really dig the really short barrels on the guns in this game currently. So I do like that. Those are this feed. Has spikes on the the recoil absorber, and the recoil absorbers are also like lower. And overall, it's just a really awesome customization kit. Yeah, like come on, that armor pattern is really cool. But yeah, it is a really really like a square. It makes the mammoth look even more massive though. And this white actually makes the gold like stand out so much. It's actually really cool. Red actually looks really awesome as well. But I doubt like this stuff will look good. So you're probably gonna look at something white mostly, or maybe like chrome. Like gold will make it like not stand out at all, which is nah. Oh well. On to the next guns, which are the Impulse, and it has a rare customization kit, which is the great. It is called the. Wait, where are you? Did I miss you? I actually got that one from like a random crate. So I mean, quickly like look it up. Okay, crate. Let me build one really quick so I can actually check the rewards, because I probably gonna check it right there. So storage, parameters. Where are you? Here it is. Garuda. They actually missed the Garuda out on to giving it to me. So I would guess I was lucky to get. That was the only rare I got on my own. So I guess I'm lucky to get actually got this one while they missed it, because otherwise I would have missed this thing. But this thing actually, I really love the original paint up on this thing, because it's like red and there's like this aquatic blue, and I really dig that color. And it also has these eyes and like his face on there, like bird mask. And also has this much more compact ammo barrel, so it looks much more compact. Like, it also almost looks like an assault rifle style, like a FAMAS or something. In terms of like the top handle and like the stock, kind of like something like that, but then a really high caliber. Also, the barrel is slightly shorter, and the overall gun is like looks slightly shorter overall, and it's a pretty cool thing. So let's grab paint again, white. It paints much less, so it's more like two color version of this thing. This thing is just one obnoxious white thing right now. This one has more like details to it then. So now it actually looks like a really proper assault rifle style right now. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one as well. It is rare. Then you've got Ratcher, no change. So just the simple Ratcher. Then we got the Firebug. Now the Firebug has one of the coolest customization kits in the game currently, which is the Centipede. The Centipede is the only relic customization kit currently in the game, and it changes quite a lot to this thing. So first off, it has this like Centipede front section, and they like entirely made this entire flame unit right here so different, and they make this giant armor scale. It looks really cool, and also like instead of like flammable, is like biohazard right here, and it's really different. Like the vertical aiming system different, base different, done different. The overall like fuel barrel is like lowered, and it's more like a normal propane tank, like instead of like a separate barrel. And yeah, those are this dangerous sign and like Chinese markings. Um, It's such a cool freaking gun. I cannot stress enough. I mean, I love this one. Like, this Cosmosecus might actually be my favorite overall. Just, it's such a cool thing. And I mainly wanted to do this video just because I could show off that thing. So yeah, next up are the 80 Wasps, a common one and then a rare one. These ones do not actually do that much in terms of change. It actually just spread it out a little bit so I can like show the rear section and stuff like that as well. So this is standard version, flames on the front. They got this one, changed like it has this like ventilation port, and there's this like a little bit of details right here. Also has like different stuff right here, these handles, and the rear is pretty much the same. Well, this one actually adds these like opening pipes on the rear, almost look like muzzle brakes on the rear side, and adds this face right here, actually with the glowing eyes, the little feet. And that's like a music box on the side, which is actually a pretty hilarious looking thing. And I just realized I forgot to paint the freaking relic. And I have to go back so I can paint this freaking Firebug. Sorry guys, I just need to paint it. To like show it off. This one only does the base. This thing changes the whole gun pretty much. With the red and gold, and then combination white, it just looks it stand out and make it really cool. Gold. Again, this one only changes the base. Doesn't change the main gun at all, which is just a really big bummer. For me, if you've got such a big, expensive gun, you gotta give it an awesome paint job, and before that, you need to get this freaking customization kit. And I wonder if it's even on the freaking like trade just yet. No offers just yet. I mean, it isn't even on the market. It probably I am like me and the other promo account users are probably the only ones that actually own this customization kit. I don't think a normal player actually has it because the chance that actually one has it, while also having a Firebug, I mean, it's just practically zero. So yeah. Anyway, back to the wasps. I already showed them up, so I can like simply just tuck them right here, like this, and then grab the paint. So white white, so this one changes it, and but also leaves the flames. This one is pretty sloppy, and personally I think the normal wasp looks better than the common customization kit version. And this one just changes the entire body with a really clean, slick paint job. Even sleeker than the normal one, like the original gun, which I do really dig. Next up is the throw launcher, no change, so I'm just gonna go over it really quickly as always. And next up is the cricket. So let's put it right here. Then we got a common cricket and a rare, I think rare, yeah, rare cricket. Customization kit, I will check out the names really quickly. So the common one is Thunderclap and the rare one is Swarm. Go back to here, so I grab my paint just already. So this is the common one, pretty damn simple. Paints the main body, but not the, like rockets. Here you got this thing. It only adds a few small parts, just like this, stripes in the back. There's different port on top, like the top's overall different, sides overall different, and then like this little metal bar that's going over all around. This one actually gets much more paint, so like the barrels actually get painted as well. And then we got this thing. This thing looks monstrous. It looks huge. It almost looks like twice as big as the normal gun. Because the normal gun is really, really sleek, and this thing is just gigantic. It gets these really cool rifled rocket barrels. The feet, of course. You got these muzzle brakes in the back, like shapes. You got these hexagons cut out on the sides. Um, you got this kind of like a helmet thing at front. You got these wings, and also these wings like this, and it just looks beast. And it gets a full paint job. So like it doesn't have like black parts right here, so it's just one color now with some red details. And it also has this like rear facing thing, but it's red and the actual like plate gets colored instead of like the main color gets like the inscription gets colored instead of the plate. But it's a really cool looking one, and in my opinion, that's one of the cooler rare, another a really cool rare customization kit, which is definitely a must-have in my opinion. If you like are into looks a lot. So yeah, next up are the Power Launcher and the Piranha Common Customization Kit. Is a really cheap upgrade, like look upgrade for the Power Launcher, and it actually looks really cool. So you get these teeth blades up front. You got like you kind of have to make this thing like an eye instead. It, like kind of looks an eye, and this looks an eye basically. It adds this blade on top of here as well. But like other than that, like also like the target repeater looks slightly different, and also adds like this metal rod right here and like a plate right there. But it looks pretty damn awesome. Yeah, I can't stress enough how awesome all of these things look. And by the way, no, they did not like ask me to do this thing video. I actually like decided to make this thing myself because I really dig these customization kits and they just look really awesome. One downside of this customization kit right here, however, is like it gets less paintable. And of course, it becomes untradeable, so you cannot make it into, let's say, your own like hurricane. And also like the porcupine right here, no change. So just quickly go around. So you can like pause the video for and play it by favorite frame to like see how it looks all around. Hurricane also no change. Scorpion also no change. Really sad. And also like you almost like would think this is like a lighting up blue line, but it's just a metal bar. So I mean the Scorpion doesn't actually look that fancy. It's kind of sad. Next up are the melee weapons. I will do all of them in like at once because so I can just place them after another. Okay. So this is the umbrella version of the auger. Is the second and the other one is the I think bushwhacker version or something. Not sure how it's called. And then we got the blade. We got the normal buzzsaw, and we got the blade thing version of it. So right, how it's called? It's called the fine daggers. Yeah, and harmless umbrella, as said, and then the swashbuckler is it actually. So this is the version normally. It's like a drill. Then you got like a shield umbrella thing, and this one is like more menacing looking than that version. In my opinion, the common version looks better than the rare version, to be honest, because it's like a more penetrative looking one instead of like just obnoxious and badly built version of it. Well, right here, this is actually one of my favorite. This is my favorite one of all the melee weapons, the flying daggers, because like you got this buzzsaw, and now you got like a giant rotating dagger system. I mean, how does that not look extremely cool? For paint, I mean, it's less important on these ones, but this one only paints the base. This one paints pretty much everything, which can make it a really cool looking weapon. If you can get it like the right paint job, like let's say like a yellow like bumblebee paint, it can look really awesome. This one also only paints the base, only paints the base, only paints the base. That's the one outside this doesn't paint anything. Yeah, this umbrella one and the flying dagger one, so those are my favorite of the melee ones. So this one, I mean these ones are both common, so they're also really cheap to get compared to this one, which is also rare. And next melee weapons are the Druspas. So we got the Danger Mine, I think. If it was that, and it has this sword version. So it was the where is it? The Enemy Mine variant and the Killer variant. The Killer variant is really expensive because it's an epic for 1 energy epic melee weapon. It's pretty expensive. So basically, you got this change the rotary part right here. You got this blade section up and like this teeth. Then it also has this like parts like flying off like looks, and there's also this little saw right here that looks different. And well, this one actually has like a sword look made to it. Also, this really like cleaner engine look, and overall it just looks cleaner done than the original Drospa. I would say do not get these ones because they're just overall expensive. These ones only color the base. This one covers the actual sword part. So you can actually make something really cool looking, like with this. It becomes a really cool looking blade. Well, of course, it's up to you if you decide if you want to get these or not. But I got simply not like advise it. So next up is another legendary, which is the Hindery Cami. It's the last legendary customization kit, but it is also one of the most cool looking ones. So this is the normal officer. You got these like blades. There basically are 3 blades per axis, and you got this giant engine system right there that's gets powering the entire blade, and it also has these like teeth right here for the initial ram basically. And so this one actually has like axe heads in the front. Because it gets these really cool side sections and these spikes over here, and it gets a 3 like axe instead of like teeth. That these are like axes, and it gets this really cool head on front, and it looks so menacing. It looks so intimidating. It's such a cool weapon. Yeah, some of these customization kits are like really cool. So this one only changed the base. It leaves the red and also leaves the teeth. This one changed basically everything. It just instantly changed it in the same color. And if you're gonna keep it like doing it like at Nocturnal Hunter like this, or maybe like Harvest, like you gotta do it with something that has like multiple colors. Because if you're gonna do it like one big color, it's gonna look really obnoxious, which is kind of sad. Although actually this blue actually looks pretty cool. But like, if you're gonna do it in one color, it's gonna look not gonna look that great. But if you're gonna do it with a multicolor, parts like this, for example, or Digital Desert, Will-O-Wisp, like stuff like that. It's gonna look really, really awesome. Like just simple black or scorched earth will also look really, really intimidating with this thing, and just I really dig this thing. So yeah, it's a really cool thing to have, but this is another extremely expensive one. So next up are spears. So we got this normal spear, and we got the an epic explosive spear with lance, and then we got the Lancelot right here, and the the Lancelot customization kit. And let's quickly check the names for them. The Viper and the Moonlight. Personally, I think the Moonlight and the Viper are just swapped. Like, I would say this one looks much better. Like, it would fit much better with the Lancelot team than with the normal Explosive Spear one. And this one would look better with the Explosive Spear one, in my opinion. So this one makes it one giant, concrete rod, and adds this like medieval, uh, like weapon spear in front of it. Like really medieval, like instead of like lance, it really becomes like medieval style. Well, this one like makes just normal front like section, and that's like a grenade in the front, and then this uses this like snake with a tongue coming out as detonator. They look pretty interesting. I personally like the Moonlight quite a lot, but yeah, the Moonlight, it's an epic customization kit for a rare weapon. So trade, it's almost 1,000. So it's really really expensive. It's really a bummer. Also, guys, actually you can remove the customization kit, and its price depends on the rarity of the item, I think. Actually, 300, 450. Actually, it depends on the rarity of the customization kit. Normal customization kits cost 300. They go for 450, 750, and then 1,500 and 2,500. I mean, I don't know why you would do this though. Probably because like the amount of coins you can earn from it is really really high, because that Firebug customization kits are easily like 10, like 15, 20,000. And the Firebug is also like 15, 20,000. That's actually exchange really much. Check it for a moment. 18,000. So you can easily like get 20,000 for the Firebug upgrade. So yeah, it's really really valuable. It's really really valuable setup. So yeah, those are literally just all of the customization kits currently in game. And yeah, I don't really need this anymore, so there it goes. I mean, please comment down below, like, guys, which one of you guys like think it's the coolest. So, like, Armadillo, Blitzkrieg, Embarrass, Cannoneer, Damage Umbrella, Direwolf, Enemy Mine, Fine Tooth, Flying Daggers, Guardsmen, Jaws, Kaboom, Piranha, Vacuum, Slinger, Thunderclap, or like one of the comments. If you like the rare mores like Bloodsucker, Boombox, Demon, Hunter, Officer, Redbird, Screamer, Shark, Snow Leopard, Swarm, Swashbuckler, Viper. Or of course, like which one of those comments, which one of those rares you like the most, and which one of the epics you like most. So like the Dragon, General, Killer, Moonlight, or Phoenix. Which one of the legendaries you like most, Emperor, Hindery Cami, or Rumble. And of course the Centipede, of course, just one of them. And let's call it under the legendary. So like which one of these four you would like most. And that is not considering weapons. Like I say, I would like a Rumble, because then that would mean I would have like a Reaper. Now, which one of these things do you think it looks the best? So it's not means like you would want to have it most, but like which one of you guys you would think it would look the best. So I mean, if you hate the Mammoth, but you think it's the best looking one of the four, then you can say, yeah, I would like the Emperor the most. Well, normally you would never pick it because you hate the Mammoth. But yeah, so there are quite a lot of them, and I really really think this is a really cool addition to the game. I hope they will also do this for cabins. I mean, there are like 16 cabins in the game right now, and I would like to see like customization kits for that as well. and maybe for certain modules, like let's say the radar, the boosters, maybe the scopes, engines maybe as well. There is something you would say for customization kits. Tracks definitely, and like the epic movement parts definitely. I would like to see customization kits for those, and maybe like some of the other wheels. Um, that would probably like for example like the Icarus 4 versus the Icarus 7. Like for example that customization kits for those tracks and Maclax especially, and maybe some of the wheels. I would think that would be pretty cool. Please also comment below if you see what you guys would think about that. If you would like to see those parts like those parts have customization kits as well, and why you want that or why you do not want that. But that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys all very much for watching as always. And yeah, just comment down below what you guys think about all this stuff. And yeah, I will catch you guys all later, guys. See ya.